This is Mr. Marvelous, and this is Wrestling Talk. We're going to be talking about NXT Chicago Takeover. So we had Roderick Strong going against Eric Young from Sanity. I'd just like to note that the crowd were more vibrant and much more lively than the normal crowd that the NXT are not treated to. I mean, unfortunately they get. The fans at the regular venue are a bit smart fanish, and basically they hardly ever chant and hardly ever shout for anything and always go too sweet every time there's a 2 count. It can be a tad annoying, but I digress, but to the much. Yes, so we had Roderick Strong going against Eric Young. At the beginning of the match, Roderick Strong got rid of the sanity problem, got rid of that ginger one, the one who's like this. He's a crazy man. And he got rid of the big boy. And he took them out at the start of the match. And he got in there. You're giving it to Young. You're never giving it back. These two went all over the place. Now, I always thought that, Eric Young would have made a good addition to the Wyatts. But it's too late now, is it? I don't know. He even had a good gimmick at TNA when he used to get locked up with the referees and the muckabout. Like he didn't know what he was doing. He's a bloody nutter. But it was a good match. Well, Roderick Strong was better. He was a better man. And he won the day, even with the help of the other two Sanity members on Eric Young's part. He did some kind of move. He kind of put them in a suplex. In possession, threw them up, put them down, and then hit them down with his knees like a backstabber. It was an unusual move, but it was an impressive move, and he won the match. And then we had Pete Dunne for the English. Tyler Bates going against Pete Dunne for the United Kingdom Championship belt. We had Jim Ross on commentary. I thought to myself, really, Jim Ross for this? Sure, there's better matches he can do commentary on, but never mind. Also, I noted that Guinness has said in his comments before the match, he said English wrestlers are the most technical wrestlers in the world. I thought to myself, I am from the UK myself, but that was his way of saying, no, we're boring. No, I prefer the wrestlers like Neville, British Bulldog, some other people. I'm sure there's enough in that, even that ginger snob, Gallagher, but I digress. But these two guys are okay, they're growing on me, I haven't seen much of them. But they get into the match, and I think Tyler Bates was the favourite to win, but Pete Dunne got it done in the end. He was an interesting wrestler. He always seems to be going for people's fingers. What's that about? Don't know. It's a bit of a mask. He's a bit cruel. Oh yeah, note. There's always a dude in the crowd when it comes to these NXT takeovers and main events of WWE. He's got long hair, looks like he should be a member of some old rock band. And I don't know if it's his girlfriend or his mum next to him. I can't tell, I'm not being disrespectful. But they're always in the crowd, always at the front. And then there's this dude in the green t-shirt. They're always there. It's like, bloody hell, lucky buggers. And then we had a women's match for the Women's NXT Championship. Asuka being the defending champion going against Nikki Cross from Sanity. and Ruby Riott. So we had these three going at it. I said in my predictions that Asuka would win, and she did. It was a good enough match. But Asuka won. She got at the end on top of both of them like she's on top of the mountain. So Asuka to win. Well done, Asuka. She's still undefeated, and she's still your women's NXT champion. So what happened after that? What match did we have after that? We had Bobby Roode going against Tommy. Can't pronounce his first name very well, so I'll leave it alone. Over making a fool of myself. We had like he came out, and then Roode came out with a piano in the front. You could see them pressing the buttons and some magical effects. You know, good lighting effects on WWE's part. And he came out to glorious. And this was a good match. Now, I did say in my last wrestling video, that whenever he was going to go to sleep, you'd get a CM Punk chant. Now, it wasn't very loud, I'll give you, but it was there. And like I said in my predictions, Bobby Roode won with 2 glorious DDTs. Now, Tommy did get in his go to sleep, but unfortunately for him, Bobby Roode got knocked out of the ring. So, oh well. Well done to the glorious one, Bobby Roode. And then we had a tag team match between DIY and the Authors of Pain. You could say this was the major part of the main event, as it turned out, but I'll get to that in a minute. Now these two are from DIY. Now I would have considered them 2 glorified indie darlings before this main event. But these 2 gentlemen came out WWE superstars. They told a story in that ring, and they told a story after that after the match, that got me completely and utterly invested in this match. This was brilliant. This may well be one of the best matches this year, by none. But the Authors of Pain won, but some of the parts and spots in this match were brilliant. Now I could moan and complain, because there's a lot of diving going on in wrestling at the minute. But if there was any dives in that match, I would let them off, because overall the work rate and the match was I don't know, it was brilliant. There was one spot in the match when they laid out one ladder flat and another ladder flat out, and then they had one Author of Pain on one of them and another Author of Pain on the other one, and then there was a ladder in the ring, or it could have been, I don't know, but either way they're on top of the ladder and both of them jumped off the ladder. See, just like a bloody frog splash, or I don't know, crossbody, whatever it was, and landed on both of them and broke the ladders. It was sick. It was brilliant. And then it wasn't enough. The Authors of Pain found a way to win the match, but that wasn't the end of it. After that little guy, he's the one he's the one, I can't remember the names. Well, basically, one guy kept on taking one shot after the other for the other one. He sacrificed himself. And at the end of the match, everybody was chanting DIY, 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 even though they lost the match. But they were so good that people standing up and gave them a round of applause. And they earned it. And then they were just about to leave the arena at the back. And then the other one, the one with the beard and no hair, turned on his tag team partner and he laid it in, and his other tag team partner was so confused what was going on. At one point he was still going up to him and hugging him and touching him like he was his best mate, And then he just laid it in. And then he went on a table or something. And then he threw him off and he landed into some more tables. He bloody destroyed his tag team partner. The crowd were going, boo! This guy's got heat. He's got white heel heat. Everybody hates his blaming guts. These two guys. This is what wrestling's about. This is what wrestling's about, everybody. It's about telling a story. It's about getting you emotionally involved. And it's about the payoff. And it's about getting your blood pumping in your veins. And I'll get to something else in a second. NXT Takeover Chicago gets my golden gets my blessing as one of being the best NXT main events of the year. And may well have one of the best matches of the year. Now let's get to a little personal business of my own. We're getting to Wade Keller. What a wussy crybaby. I just said on one of my tweets, as Peter Mason, that's my real name, Mr. Marvelous is the gimmick. And I said, you're always burying the Ultimate Warrior. And I said, you're always putting him down. And then he went, basically saying, I don't believe how they can give an award out for the Warrior because of this and the other. Because of philosophy's sake. Am I getting into the details? Because it's just philosophy at the end of the day. We've all got our own opinions about life and things. But he was basically, and I said, the Ultimate Warrior, he was brilliant and he was a big draw. And then he said, I don't think if you go back in history, go back to Wade Keller's fucking PO2 BA's VIP, and then listen to those crappy marks talk about wrestling. Apparently he's going to teach me something about wrestling, even though I've been watching it for 30 years myself. And then he blocked me when I basically defended the Ultimate Warrior by saying he was a draw, and he was brilliant. The crybaby. He runs his own bloody wrestling broadcast and his own website, and he can't take any constructive criticism. He's a crybaby. Wade Keller, you're a crybaby. You're a mad ass. And you don't know much about wrestling as much as you think you do. If everybody had your way, there wouldn't be anybody watching wrestling other than you and about 500 other people. Oh, he just cares about the money. And even people stuck up for me on my website. Even Castle from the Don Tony and Castle show. Even Castle stuck up and said people want to hate the Warrior. Because I basically said you have to look at him as a man, not just at his philosophies. You have to see him as a whole person and what he meant to the business. So there, Keller. And then he said to these other people, not to Castle, he didn't say nothing to Castle. He didn't want to start a beef with them. He was saying to other people, and going, why didn't you go join my VIP and see about the history of wrestling? We are going to pay £10 a month to go your crappy PW Torch crap, to get told crap, and to be brainwashed by marks like you. You want to see a wrestling slut? You want to see a wrestling show, and you want to see what wrestling's about the passion, the storytelling, the work, the energy that these wrestlers put into their show, then come and watch NXT Chicago. That was a show. Superstars were born that night because of the story, the passion, the emotional investment that they got the crowd and from the millions and the millions of the viewers at home. So this has been Chicago NXT Takeover, and you're welcome. So, wait there. Eat my bicep, bitch. Especially you, Wayne Keller.